What do I have to say? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if what I want to say is probably appropriate for these platforms. It's probably not, because I'm thinking way worse words to say than probably what I can say on this stream, on this YouTube platform, because I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't want to get myself in trouble. So I'll try to do as centered as possible, but there's probably going to be a lot of cursing in this stream. Going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm just putting it out there. Putting it out there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Surprise, surprise. The Philadelphia Phillies get embarrassed again. Embarrassed again. I mean, that's on a daily basis at this point. They lose 5-0 to the Miami Marlins. They get shut down by a pitcher that no one knew until today. Valiente Biozzo. Not sure if that's the right pronunciation. But no one heard of him until today. Granted, he's made a couple of starts for the Marlins since the trade deadline, but still, point stands. No-name pitcher shuts down the Phillies. Perfect recipe for success there, because it's like peanut butter and jelly. It's like what any other combination that you could think of. Pop-ups left and right. Fly balls, staring at meatballs, hangers right down the middle of the plate. Just hideous at bat after hideous at bat after hideous at bat after hideous at bat after hideous at bat. It's funny, to be honest. It's so funny how sad this is. It's so funny that I have to watch a team that I loved, completely just change what I think about them. Because how am I supposed to have any hope for this team? Because I don't. All my hope is poof, down the drain. Down the drain. I can't think of anything nice to say. Because there's no positives to take from. There hasn't been positives to take from basically since you won that series against the Dodgers, and then you shit-faced yourself against Arizona, and all the other series losses before that. People keep trying to tell me, oh, they're in a little slump. Oh, it's due. They were bound to have one. Oh, it's a 162-game season. They were on such a tear in the first half. They were bound for this type of poor play. I'm gonna say one thing here. I'm gonna say one thing here to those people. And some of them are good people of mine. I like these people. I love these people a lot. But they try to stay on the path of, I'm not worried about this team, that this team's going to be fine, etc., because that's just what they believe, and they're brainwashed to that fact, which I've been trying to tell them. I don't like telling them this because I do not want to think like this, because like I keep saying many times, I'm usually cool, calm, and collected and look towards the future and see, normally I would be the guy that says everything is fine. But what I've been watching over the past so many months, and basically since the Oakland Athletics series, I can't think of anything nice to say. I can't think of anything positive to talk about with this team because there's no reason to talk positively about this team. Because how do you keep saying that this team is going to be fine when they're getting embarrassed, dominated, and just blown out every single night? Some of these games aren't even fucking close. It's that bad. Not even close. And it gets that bad. Like, how do you even sit and think about yourself and thinking, yeah, this team is fine. Yes, this team is fine. How? I want to know your mental processing. I want to know how you can just sit here and watch. And just watch this entire team just completely and utterly just fall apart at the seams every single time. There is not 1 ounce that looks like this team is ready to set sail and turn the page. Not 1 bit. Oh, going on the West Coast. That's what we need. Oh, we got embarrassed on the West Coast. Apparently that's what we needed. Oh, we need to come back to Citizens Bank Park. That's what we needed. You know what they needed? They needed Taijuan Walker being Taijuan Walker in the first inning. Oh, they needed Taijuan Walker allowing a home run. Oh, they needed the offense not hitting against a no-name guy. Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Oh, they needed JT Realmuto completely missing a throw to third base to Alec Boehm trying to catch a guy stealing, and then the throw goes into the outfield. Oh, and another run scores. Oh, they just needed to get shut out by the Miami Marlins. I've completely lost my marbles. I've completely lost my mind. Because how can you not? How can you not lose your mind and say this team is cooked? How can you not lose your mind and say this team is cooked? Because that's what I think. That's what I think. There is no way in hell this team figures it out. There is no way in hell this team figures it out. I've gone so far off the deep end at this point, watching this game and watching the other games transpire, that I'm just full. And some of my thoughts may be irrational. That's give or take for what you guys think. Some of my thoughts may be very irrational, like I said, give or take. This is how far I went deep down. This is how far. We already know this team can't handle pressure. That's not irrational. That's not an irrational take. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. This team cannot handle pressure. They cannot. Anytime there is a single ounce of adversity that hits this team's way, they fucking crumble. They fucking crumble, and they just look defeated. They look like they don't want to be there anymore. Get that picture from Bryce Harper in the final game of the Diamondback series in the postgame, where his hair's mangled all over the place. And it's basically a meme. How many times do I have to hear this team say, oh, we're too good to be playing this bad. It's baseball. We're playing good teams. We're eventually going to get out of it. This, that. It's baseball this. It's baseball that. If I have to hear that one more time out of anybody's mouth, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Probably going to hurt something. Probably going to break something. Not hurt something, actually. I don't want to go that far. I'm not that lost. Scratch that. I'm not going to hurt something. Break something. I think that's the more viable option here. How many more times can we just sit here and hear that? We're fine. All that. Because that's the way this team just runs on a daily basis. Ho hum, ho hum, ho hum, woe was me, woe was me. It's a joke at this point. This team is a living joke. And I don't see them getting out of this. And back to what I was trying to originally go to before I got sidetracked there on the irrational takes that I have thought of. And like I said, this is up for your debate if this is irrational or not. I think it's irrational, but this is the conclusions that I'm coming to because I am so far lost. I am trying to look for answers. I can't find the answers, so I'm just making up the answers as I go. You're never winning a World Series with this core. You're never. At the rate this team takes adversity, no way in hell. No way in hell. You're never winning a World Series with Rob Thompson as your manager. And I think Rob Thompson is a good manager. But the ho-hum mentality, you take the personality of your manager, and that's rubbed up on the entire team. You're not going to win anything with Dave Dombrowski as your president of baseball ops for that trade deadline alone because you needed an impact bat. And what you came out of it, you got marginally better. And I can't even say you're better at this point because you're playing like one of the worst teams in baseball. They showed records right near the end of the game. They showed the records of the teams that are struggling since the All-Star break. Guess what the Phillies record is and where it ranks among the teams? Second worst. They're the second worst team in baseball since the All-Star break. I believe they're 7-15, 7-16 or something like that. Guess what the team that's worse than them? The Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox. We're so down bad. We have fallen so far off the deep end. We're comparable to the White Sox on how bad we are. It's gotten that bad. It's gotten that bad. And that's where the irrational takes from mine come in. That you're never winning a World Series with this core. You're never winning a World Series with Rob Thompson as your manager. You're not winning a World Series with Dave Nabrowski as your president of baseball ops. You're not winning a World Series because any single time this organization becomes across just a sliver, a single ounce of adversity, a single ounce, they fall apart. They crumble. And that's what we have witnessed with Phillies baseball over the past several weeks, over the past couple of playoff runs. And yes, I go back to 2022. Yes, the Houston Astros, they were supposed to lose to the Astros. I get that. But you go through that entire playoff run, there was no pressure. There was no expectations. But once the pressure hit, when you went up 2-1 in the World Series, boom, you went quiet. You went quiet. Last year, go up 2-0 in the NLCS. All the pressure in the world to get back to the World Series. Oh, you go to your place of nightmares, which is Chase Field in Arizona. You lose 2 games because, one, your offense can't hit, and Rob Thompson, for some reason, taking Christopher Sanchez out early, going to Craig Kimbrell multiple times, your bullpen blowing up. You lose 2 games. Then you win Game 5, and then you have a chance to win Game 6 or Game 7 on your home field. And you absolutely dropped the biggest goose eggs I've ever seen in my fucking life. That bad. That bad. And now, you start off the season, hey, we're going to right shit from years past. We're going to write off sins from years past. Past mistakes, we're going to figure those out. We're on the board to win a World Series. We're trying to compete. We're trying to. You get off to an amazing... Well, the first couple of weeks was not good. But then, you go on fire. You're beating everybody. You're sweeping everybody. You're winning every series. You have the best record in baseball. Then something changed. Once you got back home from London. And no, this is not me blaming London. Something switched in this team to where they just completely lost everything. I don't know what happened. But goddamn, it doesn't look like they're going to recover what they once were. The season is lost, boys. This season is lost. Will they make the playoffs? Probably. They'll probably make the playoffs. They'll probably eventually figure themselves out and get out of this mess. I hope. But I don't expect it. But they'll probably still make the playoffs because of their record eventually. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs. They're not gonna. The only reason they're making the playoffs is because the Braves are injured. And that's why their record is what their record is. And the Mets, you can never guarantee with the Mets. That's why. So let's look at this game. Why not? And we'll get to some voicemails. We'll get to whatever's updated on Twitter from postgame if Rob Thompson has anything valuable to say. Let's see. Box score. Yeah, 4 hits, 2 errors. Nice to see. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. First inning is where everything went to shit. So Taijuan Walker, he walks Jake Burger and walks Jose Sanchez back to back. Then Bride bloop single, which scores a run. Then Lopez gets a single, which scores another run, becomes 2-0. Phillies go down in the bottom of the first, which is going to be a common theme tonight. Taijuan Walker actually has a 1-2-3 top of the second. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. Shocker. Top third, Jake Burger, leadoff solo shot, becomes a 3-0 Marlins lead. Johan Rojas has a double with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Nothing happens there. Not shocked. Top four, Taijuan Walker actually has a clean inning after a 2-out double. Bottom of the fourth inning for the Phillies, Alec Bohm walks, then Castellanos hits a ground rule double, so you got second and third for JT. Nothing happens. Top five, Taijuan Walker, Ruiz is actually out there on the mound. He had his 2-out walk, but basically got out of it unscathed. Bottom five, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Not shocked. Top six, Kerkering out there on the mound. There was an error by Trey Turner, booted it, but Kerkering got out of it. Bottom six, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Banks out there on the mound in the top of the seventh inning. Leadoff single, then gets Burger to strike out, then Edwards steals second base, and for some reason Trey Turner had the most awkward tag apply that I've ever seen in my life. So he's safe at second base, and then JT tries to throw to third base on a strikeout and just completely bounces it. It goes by Alec Bohm, and the run scores because of that. So it becomes 4-0, and then eventually Banks gets out of it after a walk and a single after that. Bottom seven, Phillies, nothing besides a 2-out single from JT. Top eight, Hoffman has a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom eight, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Top nine, Estevez out there on the mound allows a 2-run home, allows a solo shot, 2 outs to Sanchez, becomes 5-0 Marlins. Even the bad shit is affecting Estevez. Bad. Anyone that comes on this team right now, you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck. I'm sorry, that's how it works. And then bottom nine, Phillies go down to 1-2-3. So how many 1-2-3 innings did the Phillies have tonight? Let's see. 1-2-3 in the second. They went 1-2-3 in the fifth, so that's 2. 1-2-3 in the sixth, that's 3. 1-2-3 in the eighth, that's 4. And then 1-2-3, 5 innings of 1-2-3 innings. 5 innings. 5 innings. Let's look at the stat line for Beozo. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Dude even pumped everything after his final out of the game. Well, that was outing in the 7th. Good for him. Good for him. I'm not mad at him because I'm mad at my own team for sucking against this guy that's a no-name. So, good for this guy. Let's look at our pitching. Taijuan Walker, 4 innings, threw 76 pitches. He was on limit for 80. He only went 4 innings because he threw 30 of those plus in the first inning. 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts on 76 pitches. Ruiz, 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Kerkering, 2 strikeouts. Banks, 2 hits, 1 earned run, because apparently a throwing error by JT doesn't count as an unearned run. 2 strikeouts, 28 pitches. Hoffman, 2 strikeouts on 13. And then Estevez threw 5 pitches, allowed 2 hits, and got out of it. Lineup, because oh boy, only 4 guys got hits today. Kyle Schwarber went 0 for 4. He's gone dead quiet since his 3-homer game. Trey Turner goes 0 for 4. His average is now below 300. So there you go. Bryce Harper, he went 1 for 4. Good for you, Bryce. Alec Bohm went 0 for 3 with a walk. Bryson Stott went 0 for 4. Why is Bryson Stott still batting 5? Why is Bryson Stott still batting 5? Good question mark there. Nick Castellanos 1 for 3. JT 1 for 3. Brandon Marsh 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Surprise, surprise. Johan Rojas 1 for 2 with a double. Then Stevenson comes in. Phillies got 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. You're now 69 and 50 on the year. 19 games above 500. And once again, you're getting a break in the fucking standings because the Mets are losing 9-4 to the Oakland Athletics. But, you know, the Braves, they beat the Giants last night, so I have no fucking clue what's going to happen tonight. No fucking clue. Let's go to Twitter to see if there's anything here before we get to the Anytime Hotline. See if there's anything here from Rob Thompson. So let's see. We're going to see. What does Rob Thompson have to say tomorrow? Is there like any full thing from the interview, or is it just quotes here? Because before I get to anything here, let's see. Let's see. No, I don't see anything here, so let me go to the refresh Twitter again, just so I can see some of the quotes here. Let's see. Oh boy, Rob Thompson. Oh boy, Rob Thompson. So here's the quote here from Colin Newby of 97.5 The Fanatic. The question, what makes Rob Thompson think we'll get back on track? Has it gone okay. What makes Rob Thompson think things will get back on track? Has it gotten to the point where the Phillies need to shake things up? We're getting close, yeah, but we'll see tomorrow. I got to listen to this entire quote by Rob Thompson. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
It's been a pretty prolonged stretch now. What makes you think things are going to get back on track?
Well, just because we've been through this before, maybe not this prolonged, but you look at the numbers on the back of the baseball cards, I always bring that up. I believe in this team. They're resilient, they're tough, they care. I know we're going to turn.
Looking to make changes, do you feel like you've reached a point where you have to shake something up?
Getting close.
Getting close.
But we'll see tomorrow.
It's been a pretty
Getting
prolonged stretch.
close. He says we're getting close. Getting close to making changes. He says we're getting there. This team's not tough. This team's soft as baby shit. This team is soft as baby shit. I'm tired of it. I am so sick of it. I just am. I'm so sick of it. I don't think there's anything else here from Rob Thompson, if I'm not mistaken. John Kruk has a message for all Phillies fans out there. Let's see.
What would you say to the fans who are pulling their hair out and saying, they're not coming back from this, John? There's no way. They might win a couple of games here and there, but 7-16 after the All-Star break and a 5-0 loss to the stinking, and I mean stinking, Miami Marlins means they got big trouble ahead. Appease them, if you would.
Well, I see this thing in two ways. I see it, one, as a fan. I'm a fan of this team. I'm a fan of the Phillies organization. Thank God I can't play anymore. I'm done with that. But I look at it as a fan, and I understand the fan, the Phillies fans, because, like, I'll watch them play one game, and if they don't play well, I'm like, this team's done. And then the next day they might score, 8 runs, and then you're like, this is the best team in baseball. But right now, they're not the best team in baseball. And right now, the way their record has been since the All-Star break, you thank goodness they built up a big lead. And thank goodness we talked about them building up a big lead because it's shrinking. And, luckily the Braves and the Mets have been inconsistent and, keeping this gap, not a huge gap like it was, 2 months ago, but, they still have this gap. And so now I look at it as a former player, as a player. And as a player, I have to keep reminding myself it's going to change. It's going to change. We have to trust, are they as good as they were when they were at their best? No. Are they as bad as they are right now? No. So they have to find a happy medium.
That tells me nothing. I love Crucky, but that tells me nothing. I'm sorry. I'm just so far gone. It tells me nothing. Okay, here's the entire Rob Thompson postgame from Phillies tailgate. It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Do you want to listen to this, boys? Yeah, let's listen to this. Let's listen to it.
Yeah, a lot of fly ball outs, a lot of pop outs.
Really?
Kept us off balance. We hadn't seen him before, but that's not an excuse. We've got to get back to line drives, pass the baton, use the field, get good pitches to hit.
A little deflating in the first several balls that throws 35-inch pitches, walks 2 guys.
No, not really in the first inning, but that was, that was the problem in the first inning is the 2 walks. I mean, they really didn't hit a ball hard in the first inning. I thought he was really good in the second. Gives up a home run to Berger in the third, who's hit 12 home runs since the break or something like that. And I thought he was better in the fourth again. So the velocity was up, touched 93. I thought the split had a lot of bottom to it, not a whole lot of hard contact to it, and he threw it a lot. So that was good to see.
Do do you attribute it to maybe rust in that first inning, command-wise, or just having not pitched in this environment for a while? What do you think?
I think it's probably that, you know, not the rust because he's just been pitching, but maybe just in this environment and trying to get a feel for the mound again. But, yeah, but I thought overall it was fine.
It's been a pretty prolonged stretch now. What makes you think things are going to get back on track?
We've heard this already.
Do you feel confident?
I'm getting close.
Stott didn't get the outcomes we were looking for, but he scored the ball.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident with him in the 5 slot moving forward?
Yeah, because he's back to making contact, and I thought his bats were good. Then I just missed a couple of home runs. Took some pitches. I thought his bats were good.
You haven't really been much of a team meeting kind of guy since you've been here. I mean, is there anything you need to do on that end to gather them together?
Yeah, I'll think about it, but I mean, I think about it all the time. You know, is it time to do it?
Yes.
It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the attitude and where I think the guys' minds are at.
Rob, you've been losing and losing and losing. I think this would call for a team inning, don't you think? Don't you think? Continue.
And I think overall, they're very solid right now. They're frustrated, you know, because they know that we're better than that. And our fans know that we're better than that. And we have very knowledgeable fans, and they let you know when you're not playing well. And, hey, it is what it is. That's the game.
I'm going to be honest with you. I barely heard jack shit from the Phillies fans tonight. Just being honest.
Contact for you to keep putting him in your lineup right now?
He needs to make more contact for sure.
You had said at one point that the relief pitcher struggling was a little bit contagious. Can that happen sometimes with team defense at all?
Oh, I think with anything, well, offense, defense, starting pitching, relief pitching, I think it can get contagious. And it can get contagious the other way, too, in a good way. But I thought our relievers were a lot better tonight. Hoffman threw the ball well. He executed. Kirkering did the same. Ruiz has thrown the ball extremely well lately. So, you know, maybe that's trending.
I think with defensive mistakes, it's something where some extra work would help or more of a mental thing.
Well, I'm not sure how much more work we can do because those guys go out there and they work as hard as anybody every single day. They get their ground ball work. Outfielders are working every day on their fundamentals. Catchers throwing the bases. They do that a lot. So I'm not sure if we can do any more work, but we just got to take care of the baseball and focus and concentrate and believe in yourself.
When you do your
Oh, that was it. That was all the video there. Let's see. Anything else on Twitter before we go to the Anytime Hotline? Don't think there is. We're asking Taiwan Walker questions now. Taiwan Walker, we built ourselves a pretty good cushion. Yeah, you were no fucking part of that, my guy. But we definitely do need to start playing better baseball. Oh, yeah. No shit. Yeah, that's it on this, on Twitterverse, it looks like. No shit. Let's get to the Anytime Hotline. We have a text, I believe I have a text message. Yep. Jonathan says, enough of the 2023 Eagles comparisons. That's all I'm saying. Why not? How am I supposed to be not comparing this to the Eagles? Granted, yes, that's, in my personal opinion, also letting the Eagles off the hook for how bad that collapse was. How can you not, though? Like, how can you not? Because that's all Philadelphia fans have known for the past, year and a half at this point, is collapsing. That's basically it. Let's get to Sean. I'm sure Sean has something really good to say. That's not being sarcastic. I think he actually does.
So I'm making this call in the top of the 8th inning with the Phillies trailing. If they somehow miraculously rally and win this game, disregard everything I'm about to say.
No. I'm not going to disregard it because they lost.
but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I stand a better chance of finding the winning Powerball ticket laying on the ground than I do the Phillies rallying. Look, baseball to me is the most mentally challenging team sport there is. When you get in a slump as a hitter, pitcher, or as the Phillies collectively are as a team, you can get so deep in the weeds mentally that it may take an off season to recover from this. The Phillies got the worst possible start, and I know we're all shocked by this, from Taijuan Walker tonight. A team that's slumping, and you're in an early hole right off the bat. But this team is done. I mean, the switch is not going to be flipped. You lost tonight to a bunch of minor leaguers and a guy throwing 90-mile-an-hour crap, pretty much hooping and hollering at the end of every half an inning. You lost to a minor league franchise. I feel for the fans that are actually paying money for this shit. They haven't seen good baseball at Citizens Bank Park in what, like 2 months? Sports are entertainment in and of itself. This team, this product is just not entertaining. They've checked out on the fans. Maybe the fans need to start checking out on them. Welcome them tomorrow night with empty seats. Maybe that'll be the culture shock that they need. I don't know. You've got a manager that sits on his hands and plays rah-rah cheerleader when you need a Larry Boa type guy who's going to get in players' faces and say this is fucking unacceptable. We don't have that, and here's the end result.
Yeah. Perfectly said. Even though I don't think Philadelphia fans will go that far as to not showing up because there's too many casuals here that buy tickets regardless. So the stadium's still will be packed regardless. So they see record. They're not really paying attention fully. They see record. They go to game. So that's how it really works there. But I mean, everything else is valid. Everything else is valid. Really can't complain about it. Really can't argue against it because right now it's valid. Because that's how far I've gone, in my opinion. It's how far I've gone. I don't even know. I don't know anymore. Because this is just terrible. Terrible. I don't even know what else to say anymore. I'm just so done. I'm so done. Not checked out because I'm gonna watch every single game because I'm a psychopath. Yeah, when was the last time they won at home? Actually, Sean actually brought up a good point. When was not one? I mean, like win a series at home. It's been a while. I don't think they won a series at home since the first half. No, I think the last time they won a series at home was the sweep of the Dodgers, and since then, they've won one game at home. That's actually pretty funny. Since they swept the Dodgers, how many games at home have they played in the second half? Okay, that's not that many, but still, they played 7 games at home. They're 1-6 at home. No, actually, we can go back to the Athletic series. Not just the second half. We can go back to the Athletic series because those are 3 games there still that they lost the series. So they've won 2 games at home since sweeping the Dodgers. They're 2-8. 2-8. No, wait. That's wrong. They're 2-9. They're 2-9 since sweeping the Dodgers at home. 2-9. 2-9. Unless I'm not fully counting that right. No. They're 2-8 right now because they haven't played the game tomorrow. So that can change, but you never know. I'm doing my math wrong. I can't math right now. Nothing makes sense to me. So let it be like the way it is right now. Yeah. Yeah. Don't even know what to say anymore. Let's see. What do you guys got here in the Comment section. I don't know why fucking the ESPN website, for some reason, now has like it keeps like refreshing to like a fake security thing. I don't know why ESPN's doing that now. So I gotta close that browser. Okay, back to you guys here in the chat before I end it off and go do other work. Don, how you doing? Delicious home cooking. Love it. Love it. They're not firing Girardi, Julian. You're not going to fire a manager in August. That's just not going to happen. It doesn't happen in baseball. It just isn't going to happen. And no, Joe Maddon's not going to save anything. Joe Maddon's not going to save this. Joe Maddon would probably be worse, in my opinion. I don't think Rob lost the clubhouse. I think they're just too collectively in the same mindset of, oh, we'll be fine. I don't think that's losing the clubhouse. At some point, you just take on the attitude of your manager. And I think that's what this team's done. They've taken on the attitude of Topper. No, Don, you thought wrong. You thought wrong. They didn't just need to come back home. They've said that way too many times already. Everyone reacting to Topper's press conference. Johnster, I don't know what you're smoking, man. I don't know what drugs you're on. I don't know if you're just doing regular weed. You're doing some type of heart. You're doing methamphetamine. You're doing some crack. Something. Whatever you got, I want it. Because that optimism that they're going to win tomorrow, I'm not confident they're going to win tomorrow. I don't know what Tyler Phillips is going to give you tomorrow. I don't know what the offense is going to give you tomorrow. I can't say that outright. I just can't. Oh, yeah, 100% Stott and Marsh should be benched. Hell, Stott should be sent down to AAA at this rate. That's how bad he is. I'd rather play Edmundo Sosa because Edmundo Sosa at least deserves to play every day over Bryson Stott right now, and that's stretching it. Topper's never going to change his attitude. That's just who he is. It's just who he is. Let's see. There was one graphic that I saw before the game, actually. I think it was before the game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find that graphic. I think I took a picture of it. Probably should have brought this up. So, yeah, these are the Phillies stats in the second half. So, and it's also comparing the first half of the year. So, this is what the graphic is. So, it's win percentage, run differential, average with runners in scoring position, team ERA, starters ERA, and bullpen ERA. So, going through the first half before All-Star Game ranks, they were first in win percentage, they were first in run differential, they were third in batting average, they were ninth in average with runners in scoring position, they were second in team ERA, they were first in starters ERA, and they were 13th in bullpen ERA. And post All-Star break, their win percentage is 29th in the league. Their run differential is tied for 23rd. Their average and average with runners in scoring position is 20th in the league. Team ERA is 22nd. Their starters are ERA is 18th. And the bullpen ERA is a whopping 29th in the league. And record since the All-Star break, 7-15. Now it's 7-16 after tonight. I don't know, Julian. I don't have the answer for you. I don't have the answer for you. It's clear they don't have the answer for us either. So, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you there, man. I don't think there's anything else on the Twitterverse that's going to bring any of them up. Nope. Nothing here. Nothing here. I think that's good. I think that's it. Well, I think that's where I'm going to clock out here, boys. Phillies lose again. Shocker. Tomorrow, I believe if I last saw, obviously tomorrow's Tyler Phillips, and they're putting Edward Cabrera out there on the mound. Edward Cabrera's numbers are 2-3 with a 5.20 ERA. His last couple of starts hasn't allowed a run in his past 2 starts. So, yeah, that'll definitely tell me what's going to happen tomorrow. 100%. So, and then after this series, they play the Washington Nationals for 4 games at home. I don't care. So, Mets are losing in the top of the 9th, 9-4, and the Braves and Giants just got underway. They're in the bottom of the 1st, 0-0. So take that for what it's worth. So that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Love everyone. Love you one and all. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Hell, if you don't want to buy Phillies tickets, get some football tickets. Football season's just around the corner. So